Yeah, that's more like it. Newcastle United 1, Derby County nil. Return of the Mac ends in a sour note as Newcastle United get 3 points and go back to the top of the table. Thank goodness. Now, all this crisis talk about if Rafa's going, is he staying, is he happy, is he unhappy? Don't worry about it. Just worry about, what did I say before? Points and promotion. And what we have now is 3 more points added to the total, back to the top of the table, and back ahead of Brighton as well. So, again, crisis. What crisis? Now, with the lineups, Rafa had a very, very, very strong attacking minded lineup in mind. Two banks of four, usually the same. Darlow in goal, Yedlin, but this time had Hanley instead of Lascelles. Now, people are trying to make out like Lascelles was injured. I think personally, because he had a poor game, obviously in the last game against QPR, he was dropped to the bench and Shelby was made captain as well. Alongside Hanley was Clark, and then obviously Dummett made up the rest of the four as well. In midfield, pretty much picks itself every single week. Ritchiw one side, Goofy on the other side, and then obviously Hayden and Shelby in the middle. And then up top, instead of obviously Perez and Murphy, he decided to go with Mitrovic and Diarme. And do you know what? Spot on. Absolutely spot on. You know, both of them worked their socks off, especially Diarme, my man of the match by far. I think Yedlin had a good game as well. Mitro had a good game as well. But Diarme, these are the sort of games that we need to be seeing from every single week. This is what makes a great player different from a good player. And, you know, on his day, he could be a really good player, a really, really good player. Not great, but a really good player. And this is what we've seen today as well against Derby as well. On the other hand, Derby County, they decided to go with Russell, Ince and Ben up front. They brought Kamara off the bench, and which I was a bit shocked at because he caused havoc, especially in the second half. Even McClaren said that substitutions made a hell of a difference. But again, they had so many chances to get the equaliser, maybe even win the game, lo and behold. But anyway, let's get into the game. So, game started off, usually Newcastle United style at St James's Park. All guns sort of blazing. Had a couple of decent chances. The most memorable one I can think of off the top of my head is Diarme, pretty much one-on-one with the keeper. Good save by the keeper, should put it away. Micho had a chance. Again, his opportunities are coming thick and fast now, and he needs to take them on board. You know, he's still got Murphy in contention with him for that big number 9 strapping forward role. So he's not cemented in the team, but he did well enough to kind of probably play in the next game, if I'm honest. On the other hand, Derby, well, I don't know what Ritchie was thinking about this one. Poor back pass by Ritchie, fell to Ben, and yeah, thank God it didn't go in, but it was a let-off for us as well. Obviously, we got the breakthrough after half an hour. Ball played up to Mitrovic, who did very well in that whole kind of number 10, number 9 role, should I say, just holding up the ball, laid it off to Diarme, 1-2, Diarme got it back, then laid it off to Ritchie. Ritchie has a first-time shot, deflected off Bradley Johnson, I believe, went into the back of the net, goal to the good, 1-0 up, thank you very much, Mr. Matt Ritchie, and that's his 6th goal in the last 4 appearances. I believe this might be even his 12th goal of the season, don't quote me on that one, but healthy return for a player who should really be playing in the Premier League, let's face it, but great return. Who says we need a winger, eh? Anyway, so after that, pretty much goes into half-time, 1-0 up, still on the edge of my seat now because I know Newcastle United, we can't hold on to 1-0 leads, but lo and behold, we did. Second half, obviously Derby County grew into the game. McClaren was saying after the game, obviously he wanted to change things around, and he did change things around, brought on substitutions. The most memorable one, or the one who impacted the game the most, was Kamara. Abdul Kamara, going from left to right on the wings, very pacey, very tricky, putting a few good decent balls that really and truly now Derby County players and fans should be thinking we should be putting those away. One of them fell to Darren Bent, obviously he didn't put his one away, thank God, and obviously that one at the end of the game as well, that was cleared off the line by Yedlin. That was a close call as well, and then obviously probably the easiest chance, should I say, fell to Tom Ince, which I'm very shocked at that he didn't put put it away. I thought it was offside, but it obviously wasn't, and that was a real let off for us as well. Substitutions wise, we brought on Perez again. Looked okay. Still don't think he's good enough to start for us. I think Diame is head and shoulders above him at the moment. Obviously, things like that can change. Sammy Amiobi came on as well for Mitro. Didn't really have to do much, really. But apart from that, again, we grinded it out. And when I mean grinded out, we really did grind out this result. Barring that, we had a few couple chances in between. Hayden had an opportunity from distance. Probably Ritchiw had a chance in there. But apart from that, grinded out this 1-0 victory. And now we are top of the league once again. Obviously, Brighton have got a game in hand over us. But with the game against Brighton coming up very soon, obviously that can be rectified and hopefully solidify our chance of winning this league and obviously staying at the top of the table as well. Derby County on the other hand, they'll go away with this probably disappointed, obviously disappointed, let's face it, but at the same time they should hold their heads up high, because really and truly they will be in and amongst the playoffs. They were very dangerous. I just think the lineup was, for them, they should start with Kamara. Easy should have started with Kamara. Change the game for them in terms of threat. He kept wandering from side to side, floating in those balls, those diagonal balls, and we couldn't deal with them. And it was a real let-off for us as well. Key talking points for us is obviously, does Mitro start the next game? Does Diame start the next game? Will Lascelles go back in as centre-half? I think Handy had an okay game, didn't put too much wrong. He's more of just a hoof it and just head the ball out, doesn't get the ball down and play. That's what we don't need at the moment. We just need someone just to do the basics, and that's what Hanny did today. Thank you very much. Yedlin had a decent game as well, got up that flank. He's rapid, and we need to utilise him a hell of a lot more, especially in the games going forward as well. Really, other standout players in the team probably was Ritchiw. Obviously, he got the goal. But barring that, we've got a lot to look forward to as well. We've got Gale still to come back into the fray. We've got Atsu to still come back from the African Cup of Nations as well. So, again, we've got a lot to look forward to. And again, top of the league, man. And we've got one overall on Steve McClaren. That's probably the main thing. If you're asking every Newcastle United fan, how can you end the week? That's how you end the week as well. Yes, it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy one with all the palaver about Rafa Benitez staying on going. But the main thing is he's staying. We're top of the table.